Top of the fourth inning, J.C. Ramirez should be able to settle in, one would think, to throwing 40 pitches and seeing his offense put 7 runs on the board.
Boy, some great swings. Trout home run. C.J. Cron, Cowart continue to swing the bat well. First home run of the season for Caleb.
Only 2 earned runs in that inning against Jake Thompson because of the error of Cesar Hernandez on the ball that Revere hit.
But the mindset right now for J.C. Ramirez has to be, you have to think in terms of it's still 0-0. You got to be aggressive and get some quick outs.
Herrera grounded out. Pardon me, a fly ball out to center field. His first time up, swinging a miss here, 0-2.
Good decision. Talked about that need for that slow curveball against left-handed batters in the opening today when we talked about go-tos for Ramirez. Fastball first pitch, 81-mile-an-hour slow break ball, downward tilt. You get a swing and miss on that one. Now ahead of the count 0-2.
Swinging a miss, tied him up nicely. JC picks up his first strikeout of the night.
What a perfect sequence there by J.C. Ramirez. Martin Maldonado starts out with that curveball, make it 0-2. Fastball first pitch he took, and then went two-seam fastball, runs it in, gets a swing and miss when you have a hitter looking for that slow curve.
Foul back. No balls, 2 strikes. .270 feet of home runs the Angels net inning. It's sharply toward short and glove by Simba, 2 down.
Continues to impress with the glove. We talk a lot about his offense lately, and deservedly so, but his defense still off the charts. Joseph squares this baseball up. With Simba always ready to make a play, catches that liner, second out of the inning. Really big. When you go back to that inning there in the 3rd inning, that was the 2nd time through for the hitters that have not faced a pitcher before. Stayed with the game plan, talked about as a key to the game.
Line to right field. Flores coming on. He'll make the running catch. And it's a 1-2-3 shutdown inning for J.C. Ramirez. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning, 7-0 Angels.
third. Here to the bottom of fourth now. Flores made the last out. It'll be Ben Revere leading off for the Angels against the Phillies. Looking for his second hit of the game. He's been on base twice already and has scored a run. Outside of the cold hard facts, which are brought to you by clean and crisp Coors Light. Ben Revere is a member of the Philadelphia Phillies back in 2014. Led the National League in hits for Philly since 1960 to lead the NL in hits. Dave Cash, Pete Rose, Lenny Dykstra, the other three before Ben Revere did so in 2014.
Revere 1 for 2 with a single, reach on the error. He's picked up an RBI and scored a run. Bouncer toward first. Joseph has it. It's a fair ball. One away. No, some could be sitting at home right now, Gooby, saying, wow, 7 runs, 7 hits, 3 of which were home runs. The bottom of the third. Why isn't there somebody warming up for the Phillies? Why is Jake Thompson still in the game? But when you're the Phillies right now, and you're 39-65, you're the youngest on average team in Major League Baseball at 26 years of age. At some point, and this is the perfect time to do it, you've got to find out what you have going forward towards the end of this year, going into the offseason, and into spring training next year.
You got to see if a pitcher is going to be willing to fight after a tough inning.
Right.
Back out there, gets a quick out here in the fourth. It's a learning experience. You're going to try to find out what kind of a rotation you're going to have in the future. See if Thompson's going to be part of that future for the Phillies. And I do like what they're doing. You have to do those things.
He's had 64 pitches. He threw 35 in the third inning. Trout, one of the 3 home runs hit in that frame. His 20th of the year.
I know there's not a lot of patience as far as Philly fans. But this is a learning process for a lot of young players. You mentioned the youngest team in the game. There's going to be some ups and downs. There's been a lot of downs so far this season. They had a great run there for a while, including winning a World Series in 2008. Lost in the World Series to the Yankees in 2009. So a pretty good significant run for the Phillies, but now the rebuilding process.
Two-two. Pujols on deck. Another 2-2 from Thompson. And his looped foul.
Got away with that slider. That's a product of making sure you didn't mess and miss with a slider this time around.
Yeah. Overthrew that one. No backup slider this time.
No.
3-2 on the way. Trout yanks it foul just wide of the bag at third.
Trout in 5 at-bats last night, saw 24 pitches, already 8 pitches in this at-bat.
he walked him. First walk of the game for Thompson. Has no strikeouts. Man on for Albert.
It's still an impressive at bat. Picture for Mike Trout. You're up by 7-0. Sometimes you'll see hitters expand their strikes, so maybe chase a pitch out of the zone. But Trout stays to his game plan, does not chase that pitch out of the strike zone, works another walk. A 10-pitch at bat for Trout.
Pujols 1 for 2 with a single and a fly ball to center. Fastball for Thompson. Got a little late life to it. A little cut action.
Yeah, it's not overpowering, but it's got some pretty good movement. I think when you look at this game, it's a slider hasn't been as crisp as you would want. But she's a right-handed pitcher against a number of the right-handed batters today for the Angels. And another one of his breakables that go to a very hittable spot. This is high enough on the inner part of the plate for Pujols not to swing at it.
Goes to the rosin bag. I was just going to ask you, is that a product of a hot, muggy night sweat? You can see the jersey's just drenched, as is the hat.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely happens, especially on breakables. But being the Phillies, they got to be pretty used to that type of conditions for about the last 2-3 months back in Philly.
1-2, and he gets him swinging.
Change up.
2 outs. First strikeout of the night for Thompson. Brings up Valbuena, hitless so far. Only 2 starters without a hit tonight, Valbuena and Flores.
A number of the hitters now for the Angels are starting to swing and attack the baseball very well. 5 straight games or 6 or more runs for the offense, hitting with runners in scoring position, driving the ball well. Really, the pitching, even with all the injuries, has been fairly solid this season. It's really been the offense, the inconsistency 1 through 9 of the lineup, but it's starting to get a lot better and healthier.
Valbuena loops one out to left field. I don't know if Kim's going to get there, and he does. Nice running play for the Phillies left fielder. Otherwise, it maybe cost them a run. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. We'll head to the 5th inning. Angels on top 7-0.
2017 Subaru Impreza. Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 28 miles per gallon. More than a car, it's a Subaru.
Top of the fifth inning, Halos on top 7-0. Game 2 of a three-game series against the Titans. Philadelphia, J.C. Ramirez, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 3 hits allowed. We'll get Franco, Nava, and Rupp here in the fifth. 1, 2, 3, fourth. First time tonight that JC's retired the sign and only. He's thrown 48 pitches. Franco, the third baseman, a fly ball to center. The second's 0 for 1. 3 hits for Philadelphia so far. 0-1 count. Angels with an opportunity to pick up a game. Standings. Kansas City shut out by Baltimore. 6-0 tonight.
Yankees also lost to Detroit in a shutout in Yankee Stadium.
That game took forever.
Yes. A little bit of rain back east.
Yeah. Halos at the start of the day, 4 back in the second wild card spot. 2 balls and a strike on Franco.
Especially when you get the news of Tyler Skaggs, who's going to start on Saturday. Good to see that for Tyler.
Guess the job has been moved to the bullpen. That's effective immediately. Franco bounces to short. Troy Scribner will get the start on Friday. The opener of the series against Oakland. Then Skaggs, Nolasco for that weekend series.
Matt Shoemaker had a power bullpen today. Felt good.
What's a power bullpen?
Well, use all his pitches. A lot of times when you talk and hear it, here's Troy Scribner getting that start. Tyler Skaggs will start on Saturday. That means you're utilizing and thinking in terms of your mindset as if a batter's up there. Not just going through your routine and spotting the baseball. That means letting it go with the anticipation of somebody trying to swing the bat at you, yet there's no one there. Garrett Richards was throwing for about 250 feet today, so stretching out long toss. Anticipates throwing off the mound very shortly. Andrew Heaney not that far away.
Nava 1 for 1 with a base hit. Nava pulls this one into the shift. Coward down in shallow right. 2 down.
Tough little hop there too, especially when you're playing that outfield grass. Different read as compared to on the dirt.
Honda upcoming schedule. Scribner getting to start on Friday. Oakland's in town for 3. Skaggs Saturday, Nolasco. Then on Sunday, then Baltimore comes into town for a 3-game series beginning on Monday.
Boy, I talked to Tyler today. What a smile he had on his face, and he was so excited about the opportunity to get back out there and competing on Saturday.
Skaggs has been out for a long time with an oblique issue. Cameron Rupp, the catcher, 0 for 1.
Wait, see that swing from Rupp? He does have 7 opposite field home runs. See, 10 on the season, but he's trying to hit that ball that way. Fly out to right field. Flores first at bat. Same type of approach there.
Tyler Flowers, that's who he reminds me of at the plate. Former White Sox, now Brave.
Had a real good start to the season for the Braves.
One. In there, 1-2. Rupp, a 3rd-round pick by Philadelphia, 2010. University of Texas. Hook 'em.
Curveball, that last pitch. Wonder if we'll go with a slider now. Trying to sneak a fastball. 97. Just missed off the corner.
Full count. JC trying to set the Phillies down in order for the second consecutive inning. Second 3-ball count for Ramirez. The other was first batter of the game. Cesar Hernandez eventually walked him. Down goes Rupp.
That fastball had some serious movement.
You think?
Oh.
Bottom of the fifth. That's where we're headed. 7-0 Angels.
Why? It's worthy of a Carl's Cam replay. Some very good swings in that third inning. DeCrone at the plate with one on. Make that 2 in with that swing. Left center field, home run. We'll see DeCrone. Caleb Coward coming up, very next batter. Back-to-back home runs. Coward's first home run of the season. Back-to-back belly-to-belly home runs for the Halos in the third.
Laughing with you.
First time they were able to do that since June 3rd. Go belly to belly. Now there's Anthony Simmons for Cole Calhoun. Anthony Simmons leading off here, the fifth. You're laughing with me still?
Always. Never at you. Ever.
Or at least not for the last 2 seconds.
No. Anderton 1 for 2 on RBI single. The run scored in that 7-run third inning, 2 of which were earned. Oh, I see an Eagles jersey down there.
Yes, I saw it.
Dawkins.
Yes. That's a fantastic jersey.
2 of them.
Yes.
Chip off the old block.
Yes.
It's okay, Dad. You didn't get it. Just like our Eagles this year. Don't worry.
Wow. Fly, Eagles, fly.
What did I see today? 20% chance of winning the NFC East. And the Giants at the favorite.
Killing me.
Not buying it? No. You think they're going all the way?
Just don't tell Tom Gregorio, our bullpen coach, that. He'll crush me on that one. We have a little side bet. Giants and Eagles.
Little side piece?
Yes. So you're not buying into the fly, Eagles, fly, are you? Yeah, you are.
No.
Yes, sure.
You think so?
Yeah. I think you should.
I'll go ahead and save my money. I think I'd rather buy some cheesesteaks.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah. Cron a single and a home run.
By the way, Brian Dawkins was an unbelievable safety. Talk about somebody who can hit, receiver, tight end, running back.
You ever see Miami? See Miami?
Don't know that one. The U?
Let me go to the Google.
What is that called? What is that for? Is that a computer? A laptop?
We're at the Clemson.
In the Eagles Hall of Fame.
Two. That hits him. Off speed pitch, a changeup, kind of sailed up and in. So Cron's on board 3 times tonight. One out here in the 5th. Adam Morgan still loosening. He was up in the 3rd. Caleb Coward 1 for 2. A double play ball in the 2nd. Homered, first of the year in the 3rd inning.
5 extra base hits this season. He's got 3 doubles, a home run, and a triple.
Oh, 2, a hit sharp in the 2nd. Hernandez. It's Gallus back to first. Inning ending double play. 5 complete here at the Big A. Angels on top 7-0.
Alex Curry with the Angels announcing their revamped starting rotation this afternoon, adding Tyler Skaggs to start on Saturday. That meant there had to be an odd man out, and today the Angels moved Jesse Chavez to the bullpen. I talked to Chavez today. He said this is the first time in his career that he actually agrees with the move. He said this was probably the hardest season he's ever had mentally. He worked his tail off just to keep his head above water, but wasn't reaching what he was capable of. He said he's going to the pen with a chip on his shoulder and extra fire to be better. And Gooby, Jesse's has the experience pitching out of the pen, and like Sosha said, they need some depth, and Jesse can bridge that gap.
Yeah, Alex, when you think about it, that first and second time through a lineup, which he would do so out of the bullpen, very effective numbers. That third time through, a reason why he didn't get as many decisions, especially winning decisions, as a starter. So a valuable component out of the bullpen to give some length and some innings for Soch out of the bullpen now.
Come September 1st, you can have 40 guys on the roster, so it doesn't matter. Everyone will have to go to the bullpen eventually. If everyone that's currently on the disabled list from a starting rotation standpoint comes back, you're going to have to make some of those moves anyway. Got to figure out what Skaggs, Heaney, Garrett Richards, Shoemaker all have, if anything, going into the offseason, so that you can somehow shape your offseason shopping list or moves, make some big decisions. Someone was asking about J.C. Ramirez and Parker Bridwell. Yeah, with JC, you can almost not necessarily shut him down, but you can kind of put him in the bullpen now. He's thrown more innings than he's ever thrown in his first season as a starter.
And that's the one thing Mike Scioscia and Charles Nagy has talked about with JC. Those innings he has thrown, and to keep an eye on it. But he's been very effective. An opportunity to pick up his 10th win tonight, which would lead the club in that category. Parker Bridwell, you mentioned him. He has been dominant.
Yep.
What a find by Billy
goes
Epler.
Around Maldonado. First to complete the strikeout, under control, one away. Yeah, Parker's been brilliant. Talk about someone pitching with a chip on his shoulder. After being acquired back in April from the Orioles. Would have loved to have seen him. Well, what's today? Thursday? Yeah, he'll get to face his former mates coming up next week.
Yes, that's going to be fun to watch. You know what, he's pitched in some tough environments on the road and has excelled in that. You talk about a great tempo. Works quickly, throws a lot of strikes. Really, when you think about it, his average fastball, you know, coming in, we heard around 92, 93. He's been rushing that fastball pretty consistently, 94, 95. The birthday boy.
You also think that kind of plays into this whole thing too. Skaggs coming back. If and when Andrew Heaney comes back, or Garrett Richards or Matt Shoemaker, those guys aren't coming back their first 3 or 4 starts working 8 innings each time out. They're going to be limited as they build up, so you're going to have long guys coming out of the bullpen.
But it would be great to see all those guys be able to come back and contribute. And all of a sudden you have depth in your pitching staff. And the way the offense has been swinging the bat of late, it's going to be fun to watch these next month and a half.
This piece of hitting by Hernandez picks up a single, snaps the string of 7 straight retired by J.C. Ramirez. 4th hit allowed by Ramirez. We'll bring up Freddie Galvis.
Cameron may be getting close to coming back to the lineup soon, very soon. Ben Revere has really swung the bat well.
Freddie Galvis, the shortstop, 1 for 2. Fly ball to center and a base hit. Philadelphia no runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 2 left on. The Angels 7 runs, 9 hits. 3 men left on base. Two and 0. Knocked down by Crone, goes to second. They get the lead runner. That's it. Nice play by CJ.
That's a good decision, too. You don't have to try to get a line on. You're not going to turn a double play. You want to make sure you get that one out, and that would be at second base. Good range once again and being shown by CJ Crone. Works so hard in spring training. Like I said, nice diving play. And knowing you're only going to get that one out at second base, Crone's able to do so. Good play by CJ Crone.
Herrera's 0 for 2. Struck out his last time up. Cued toward third. There's going to be an infield base hit. The old swinging bunt. Hey, join the Angels Friday. Oakland is in town, as we mentioned. Fans in attendance will receive a Trout MVP season and bobblehead, second in a series, courtesy of Pechanga Resort and Casino while supplies last. More info on that bobblehead, go to angels.com.
Oakland coming into town, followed by the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore playing better of late. They are just one game under 500 themselves with their win tonight.
Their newest acquisition, Jeremy Hellickson.
Yeah, they're 11-5 in their last 16 games, Baltimore.
Hellickson picked up the win tonight against Kansas City. Joseph skies one. Shallow outfield grass left side. Simmons puts it away. And the Phillies threat extinguished here in the sixth. Led the bottom of the inning. 7-0 Angels. Hyundai. There's no better time to buy a new Hyundai than now. See your local Hyundai dealer or visit buyhyundai.com. Halos up 7-0 here at the bottom of the sixth inning. Jake Thompson, who got the start, was done after his 5 innings, 7 runs, 2 earned. So McCannon goes to the bullpen, brings in left-hander Adam Morgan to take over for him. Morgan pitching in his 17th Major League game this year. 0-1 at a 6.43 ERA. 28 innings, 35 hits, 30 strikeouts, and 12 walks. Face 8-9-1. Maldonado, Flores, and Revere.
Yeah, fastballs 88-92 action, little sink action. He'll throw a curveball, slider, and a changeup.
Martinez 2 for 2, 2 doubles, both coming in the third inning. Takes a strike. Maldonado became the first Angels player with 2 doubles in 1 inning since Tim Salmon did it back September 23rd, 2000 at Texas.
First catcher ever to do so in the same inning.
Skies this one to right center. Herrera, the center fielder, comes in, calls everybody off, 1 away.
A little more aggressive swing in the bat as compared to last night. I talked about how many pitches he saw on 4 at-bats. 27 of them. Down the pitch he's wanted to drive, and he's not missed them. Just got underneath on that swing, fly out the center.
Flores 0 for 2.
Pretty good slider there to Flores.
Oh, 2. Check swing. Did not go. Morgan, a 3rd round pick by the Phillies back in 2011 out of the University of Alabama. "15 games with the Phillies 2 years ago. Last year, 23 games, 21 starts. This year, exclusively out of the pen at the major league level. Bouncer to second. 2 down. And this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
Really has been swinging the bat well in the last 24 games, just under 330 batting average. Even the outs he has made for the most part have been hit well.
One for 3 tonight. Takes low. Just got the corner, 2-1. 9 hits for the Angels, 7 of which occurred in the 3rd. Five extra base hits. Chopper to 3rd base. Franco has it.
That's a strong arm
yes,
at 3rd.
Is. Down in order. We're heading to the 7th inning. Angels on top.
Brought to you by T-Mobile. Baltimore sweeps Kansas City. They win that game 6-0. You mentioned Jeremy Hellickson, 7 shutout innings. The O's have won 7 straight home games versus Kansas City. The Chicago Cubs have been very, very hot, but Arizona wins 3-0. Jake Lamb's having a great season, 3 RBI. And the showstopper around the majors in Miami, trying to preserve a shutout. Carlos Stanton, known to hit that long home run, but makes an outstanding play to prevent a home run and the shutout for the Marlins, the final out of the game. Great play by Stanton in right field.
They just won their 4th consecutive series. First time they've done that since September of 2015.
The second place Miami Marlins now in that NL East.
With everyone on the DL.
Yes. Now, for the rest of the season, a number of key players.
Kim's 0 for 2. Tried to bunt his way on back into second. A fly ball to right his last time up. He'll bounce this one toward the middle. 1 away. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 5 hits allowed for JC. Came into this inning having thrown 75 pitches. He's at 77. And the most he's thrown in any one inning was back in the first. 16.
Got 8 outs via the ground ball in this game also. Very economical as far as his pitches thrown in an inning. It's good to see, especially the amount of innings and pitches he has thrown now this season, all at career highs.
Left side of the infield, Valbuena calling for it.
Well, even going back to the go-tos for JC Ramirez in the game, we talked about that need to be able to throw that slider, get some outs with the pitch, good depth and sharpness of his slider. Same thing with his curveball. He's gotten some quick outs with his secondary pitches.
Daniel Nava's 1 for 2. Base hit back into second, grounded out to Coward in the 5th.
And when you look at this Phillies lineup, they are very aggressive, and JC Ramirez has used that to his benefit, spanning some strikes with his secondary pitches, but also with his fastball. And we're back in spring training of last year. Daniel Nava in that battle for the left field spot for the Angels was swinging the bat very well in Tempe. Hurt his knee towards the end of spring training and never really got in gear at all as far as his swing and his timing.
At 235 for the Angels at 45 games. Went to Kansas City, played in 9 games there. Ended up signing with Philadelphia the offseason. One-two count.
He's able to backdoor that curveball a little off the outside corner, though.